yo soy watashi wa nanun ego sum. I am Chris, and this is Chris in English. And today, I want to know, what is the strangest pairing that you can think of? What are the two things that come together, but it makes a strange combination? I've been thinking about this question all morning, and the best answer I can come up with? Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. Do you guys know Martha Stewart? Sophia Sopapia! I am happy to see you today. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. I hope you're doing well. What's the strangest pairing that you can think of, Sophia Sopapia? Maybe it's a Spanish student and an American teacher. That's a strange pairing, don't you think? I'm not sure. I hope you're doing well. I'm happy to see you today. I'm happy to see everybody today. What is the strangest pairing you can think of? That is our question of the day, because today we're going to deal with collocations again. Yesterday we talked about collocations with the verbs make and do. And then today we're going to talk about more collocations with other verbs. Collocations can be made with all sorts of verbs. It is a strange combination, Sophia, isn't it? It's kind of like paella with apple pie. Tortilla español topped with ice cream. I'm so glad to see you, my Sophia Sopapia. I hope you're doing well. I, of course, hope you are healthy and safe and doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm not teaching a class right now. My online class closed. So I'm waiting for the campus to finish reopening and calling back all the teachers so that I can teach again. Let's see, today I want to talk just a little bit about a guy. His name is F. Scott Fitzgerald, and today is his birthday. Or it would be his birthday if he hadn't died in 1941. Hey, Nemo in the house. Good to see you, sir. I hope you're doing well. It's always good to see you. We got one more person. LA. Good to see you, too. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve, everybody. Friday Eve, the day before Friday. F. Scott Fitzgerald was an American writer. He wrote during the Jazz Age. And in fact, he was the person who came up with the term the Jazz Age. You might not recognize his name, F. Scott Fitzgerald, but you do know at least two of the stories he wrote. One was made into a movie with Brad Pitt about a man who was born as an old man and became younger, and finally he became a baby and died. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button was written by F. Scott Fitzgerald as a short story. But probably one of my favorite books, back when I was young at least for fiction, was an F. Scott Fitzgerald story. It was turned into a movie a couple of times. The first time, starring Robert Redford. The second time, starring an actor you might have heard of, Leonardo DiCaprio. That movie, of course, is called The Great Gatsby. It's a movie about rich, drunk people. Which is interesting because ultimately F. Scott Fitzgerald became a rich, drunk man. But it's a good story, and it's a great depiction of 1920s America. So, today we're celebrating F. Scott Fitzgerald, whose birthday would be today. Hey, Lorena, good to see you today. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday Eve, the day before Friday. If you're interested in F. Scott Fitzgerald, you can read about him at the website today, ChrisinEnglish.com. Go to the reading section. You can read about something new every day. Every day there are 4 different reading topics, and they always are new. They always recycle. So if you want to practice your reading in English, ChrisinEnglish.com is the place to do it. Check it out. All right, my friends, you've been very patient. Thank you so much for waiting. I know why you're here. You are here for the word of the day. Oh, Nemo's saying something. Nemo is saying Leo is one of, if not the best actors in his opinion. All right. Leonardo DiCaprio as much as I joke about Titanic, he's actually a really good actor. I really do enjoy his performances. He's been in my life for a long time now. The first, excuse me, it's not Corona. I just need more coffee. Delicious, delicious coffee. Leonardo DiCaprio was in a movie called What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and that came out in the 90s. And that was the first movie that I really remember him being in. Although I remember seeing a movie, I think maybe it was called A Boy's Life, with Robert De Niro. Yeah, that was a good movie too, and that was a very young Leonardo DiCaprio. But my first Leonardo DiCaprio memory was from a TV show. A very cheesy 1980s sitcom called The Facts of Life. If you don't know The Facts of Life, I don't blame you. It's, yes, Nemo, yes, Johnny Depp was in that movie. Hey, I'm excited that you know it. It's a bit old for you. It's younger than Star Wars. Oh no, what was I saying? Oh no, Gilbert Grape, Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, Facts of Life. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. The Facts of Life. Yeah, it was a very popular TV show in the 1980s. Cast of almost all women. Except for when Leonardo DiCaprio and George Clooney showed up for guest roles. But you're not here to learn about the facts of life. You're here for the word of the day. And I think I've got a pretty good word of the day for you. And I don't doubt that. I don't feel uncomfortable about that. I don't doubt it. I don't feel uncomfortable. Could this be a clue? Could this be a hint for what our word of the day is? I think it is, because our word of the day today is a noun. Our word of the day today is a noun. It's a countable noun. It's a relatively rare noun. I'd call this a once-a-week noun. Not an everyday noun. A once-a-week noun. You'll hear it enough, although you might not use it yourself a lot. Our word of the day today is misgiving. Misgiving. Don't confuse it with Thanksgiving. Totally different. This word is misgiving. It's a noun, and it means a feeling of uncertainty. A nervousness about a situation. Doubts or apprehensions. These are all ways to describe misgiving. Misgiving. Here's your spelling. M-I-S-G-I-V-I-N-G. Misgiving. A feeling of uncertainty, apprehension, or doubt. My friend wants me to go parachuting with her. But I am feeling some misgivings. Doubts, apprehensions, uncertainty. Oh, no, don't worry. I've never been parachuting. I would go parachuting. I would love to go parachuting. One day soon, hopefully. They had some misgivings about buying a new house because it was so expensive. But it turned out to be an excellent decision. Doubts, fears, apprehensions, and anxieties. These are other words that we can use to talk about misgiving. Worry, suspicion, reservation, hesitation, distrust, qualm, and trepidation. These are all synonyms for our word of the day, misgiving. Do you have a word, a sentence, using our word of the day? If you have a sentence using our word of the day, misgiving, please write it right here. See where I'm pointing? Right there? That's where you can write your sentence using our word of the day. You write it right there, and then I read it from right there, and then you become internet famous. It's the word of the day. Misgiving. Seriously, I would love to see your sentence. If you want to type it here, I'll read it right now. If you're watching this later, please still leave a comment. Leave me a comment. Write your word of the day sentence. I want to see it. I want to read it. And if it's really good, I'll read it to the world tomorrow. That's my promise to you. Padres lost yesterday. Lost to the Angels 5-2. That's okay because the Dodgers lost to the Athletics 6-4. Both the Padres and the Dodgers are already guaranteed to go into the playoffs. First time in 14 years that the San Diego Padres, will be playing baseball in the postseason. Tomorrow, we will have our very special guest and friend, Mr. William, will be back to give his sports report. I'm sure we're going to talk about the playoffs. I'm sure we're going to learn other things about sports and English. Last Friday, we had a great time. It was super fun, so I hope you will all show up tomorrow as well. Here's some election news for you. We're 6 weeks until the election. National polls remain unchanged. Joe Biden still leads nationally, 51 points to 44 points, depending on who you ask. Different polling groups will give you slightly different numbers, but these numbers are consistent. And of course, as we've been talking about, the national polls don't count for much because we choose our president through what we call the Electoral College. Phrasal verb. Good to see you, sir. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. Our word of the day today is misgiving. A noun that means a feeling of apprehension, distrust, trepidation, anxiety. Here are some state poll numbers. Biden is leading in Wisconsin by 4. Trump is leading in Texas by 3. That's not surprising, except I would expect Trump to be leading by double digits in Texas. Georgia is a tie. President Trump and Vice President Biden are tied in Georgia. Again, the surprise is that the Republican candidate is not ahead in Georgia by double digits. Lorena has a sentence for us. Ooh, I'm excited. I have misgivings on eating this fish. Good. Oh, that's a great sentence. I have misgivings about. Misgivings about. If we use a preposition with this noun, misgivings, it will probably be about. It's a very common collocation, which is great because we're going to be talking about collocations for our grammar today. That's a great sentence, Lorena. Thank you so much. And I hope it's good fish. I like fish. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's see. Pennsylvania, Biden is up by 4. Michigan, Biden is up by 6. Virginia, Biden is up by 5. So it's chosen by the states, but a lot of these states, many of which went for President Trump in the last election, seem to be heavily leaning towards the Democratic candidate. Another thing for the election, the president will announce his pick for the Supreme Court on Saturday. Keep watching this one. This one's going to be big news. We're going to keep hearing about this for a while. So that's our election news. Of course, if you ever have questions about the American election or anything else that's happening in the United States, please ask. Please ask. I keep my ear tuned to the news. I usually know kind of sort of a little bit what's going on here, so I'm happy to answer your questions. Yesterday, I loved yesterday. Yesterday, I had a great time with you guys. We had good conversation, good sentences, good word of the day. But we also talked about some really good English. We talked about collocations. But we talked about collocations that only used 2 verbs. Collocations with make and collocations with do. Collocations are, of course, words that commonly go together. If we see one word, we expect to see the other word. They commonly go together. There are a lot of collocations with make and do. Yesterday we talked about do a favor or do business. We talked about make money and make a mess. Make and do are very common verbs for collocations, but many verbs collocate. Today we're going to talk about some others. We're going to talk about go, keep, have, and take. There are many words that collocate with these verbs. I can't tell you them all, but I'll tell you some good ones. Let's start with go. Oh, I have a question here. We got somebody asking a question. It's about the election. Why do you have to register to vote? And how does that work? Oh, good question. Register to vote basically is when you tell your state, the state that you live in, that you're old enough to vote, you're a citizen, and so you're allowed to vote, and you want to vote. It's a very easy process. You can do it online. I recently had to reapply for my driver's license, and I reapplied for my driver's license online, and there was a box. Do you want to register to vote while you're signing up for your driver's license? I was already registered, but I decided, yeah, I'll re-register just to make sure. It's a very easy process. And the purpose, of course, is so that we know who's voting, so that only one person gets one vote. Right? If we don't have a registration, if we don't have a list of voters, then, some people might take advantage. Most people are honest, but some people might take advantage. So that's what we mean by register to vote. Basically, it's telling the country that you're allowed to vote and you intend to vote in the next election. It's easy to do. I hope that answers your question. Please, and that's a great question. Thank you so much. That's what I'm looking for. I love questions. If you have a question about the election, if you have a question about anything that's happening here in the United States, in the world, in the solar system, in the galaxy, in the universe, please ask. Who knows? Maybe I'll know the answer. Collocations with go. Go bad. You know how you have milk that's a little bit too old and it starts to smell and taste funny? You know how you have that cheese that's been in the back of your refrigerator and it's starting to turn a different color? Go bad describes when something starts off good, but it becomes not good. To go bad. We often use this with food, but we can also talk about people. I had a friend in high school. He was a great guy, but something happened and he's gone bad. Let's say in Spain, people are automatically registered to vote. Oh, that's great. So what does that mean? You're born and you're registered to vote, or you get your high school diploma, you graduate from high school and you're registered to vote? That's an interesting way to do it. I like it. But I'm not exactly, since it's not the way my system works, I'm not exactly sure how it works. Yeah. Voting processes. Yet another thing that's different all over the world. We all do it different, but it's all great. They are registered when they are, did you say 8 or did you say 18? The letters are white. My cup is white. I couldn't read the letters. They're automatically registered when they're 18. Awesome. Awesome. Here in the United States, there are a lot of people who think people should be automatically registered. At the very least, you should be automatically registered just by getting a driver's license or just by getting an ID. That's what I think. Me, Chris Wiley. Go bad when something starts off good, but it becomes not good. Go crazy. Go crazy. Has a couple of meanings, actually. Go crazy means to start off in your right mental frame of mind and then to become insane. Lots of things can make people go crazy. Often when we use it, we don't mean really a real mental instability. We just mean something different, eccentric, out of the center. We also use the collocation go crazy to mean having fun at a party. And you might recognize this from the Prince song, Let's Go Crazy. It doesn't mean let's become insane. It means let's go have a good time at a party. So guys, let's go crazy. All right, maybe not now. Look, it's just morning. It's just turning morning. You can see the sun coming up behind me. We'll go crazy later. Go online. When you access the internet, you can use a collocation, go online. That's a common way that we talk about accessing the internet or any information we can find on the internet, to go online. Here's a sad one, a sad collocation with go. Some of you might already know this one. Go bald. Go bald. When you lose your hair, the collocation we use is go bald. I'll be okay. Just give me a second. Collocations with go. How about collocations with keep? Collocations with keep. What are things we can keep? Well, we can keep a secret. That's the collocation. If someone tells you something in confidence, and you keep their confidence, you maintain their confidence, you keep their secret. You don't spread it around. Keep a promise. Keep a promise. If you tell somebody you're going to do something and you do it, you've kept the promise. We should all try to keep our promises when we can. Keep going, Nemo! That's my Nemo. Keep swimming, my friend. Yes, keep going. Continue on. Continue trying or continue traveling. Keep going. Very good, Nemo. That's a great collocation with keep. Keep an appointment. If you make an appointment with someone and you don't make it to the appointment, that's not good. You should always try to keep your appointments or call if you're going to be late. Keep in touch. Do you know why I do this Instagram show? One of the big reasons I do this Instagram show is so that I can maintain contact with my students, so that I can keep in touch. To maintain contact is a collocation. To keep in touch. Yeah. Keep a promise, keep a secret, keep an appointment, keep in touch. All collocations using keep. We also use collocations with have. Have is a very common word in English, of course, right? It's a verb. It's a helping verb. We use it in perfect forms. We use it for causatives. Very common verb. And it's commonly used in collocations. For example, have a baby. Oh, she's having my baby. What a very nice way for her to say, I love you. Obviously, I don't know that song, but it is a song, Having My Baby. To have a baby, that's a collocation. To have a meal when you're hungry, what do? You have a meal. You have some food. You have a snack. You have a bite. Often when we talk about eating, we use the verb have. Is there a difference, Nemo is asking, is there a difference between get in touch and keep in touch? Thank you, Nemo. Great question. And the answer is yes. Yes, there is a difference between the phrase get in touch and keep in touch. Let's start with get in touch. To get in touch means to start a communication process with someone. To begin that process, right? For the first time. My car is broken, so I have to get in touch with my mechanic. I have to establish or start a communication. Keep in touch means to maintain a communication once it's already started. Yeah. So I got in touch with my mechanic last week, and I'm keeping in touch with my mechanic this week until he tells me what's wrong with my car. Get in touch, to start a conversation, to start a communication. Keep in touch, to maintain a communication. And don't worry, I know you are all worried, you're all concerned. My car is fine. That was just an example. My car is fine. Don't worry about that. Thank you. Thank you for being concerned, though. Nemo, does that answer your question? I hope it does, sir. And it's a great question because it's a very common confusion that students sometimes have. Let's finish have. We have a fight. Have a fight. If you get into an argument or if you get into fisticuffs with someone, you have a fight. It can be physical. It can be just with words. Either way, you are having a fight. But I don't want you guys to have fights. I want you guys to have fun. Have fun is a collocation. with the verb have and the noun fun. We put them together. Why? Because we like to have fun. Collocations with have. Have a baby, have a meal, have a fight, have fun. One more verb. The last verb is take. We can make lots of collocations with the verb take. As I lose my screen. Take a chance. You guys like ABBA? Everybody likes ABBA, right? ABBA. Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, chance. If you change your mind, take a chance, I'm a first in line. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me. Take a chance. All right. I'm not ABBA. First of all, there's only one of me. I would need to be 4 of me to be ABBA. And 2 of me would need to be beautiful women. And the other 2 of me would need to be beautiful men because all 4 of us would be Swedish. Take a chance. Collocation. Take a look. If you want someone to inspect something for you, if you want someone to read someone for you, if you want someone to see something for you, you would use this collocation. Hey, take a look. Take a look at this. Nemo, do me a favor, Nemo. Do me a favor. Take a look at Star Wars. It's a good movie series. I think you'd like it. Take a look. See what you think. Let me know. Take a look. Don't rush. Don't hurry. When you're watching Star Wars, don't rush or hurry, Nemo. Take your time. Go slow. Relax. We're not in a rush. It's a good movie series. You have a lot of time. Take your time. When you're watching Star Wars, Nemo, you know that teachers like to give Star Wars tests. So when you're watching Star Wars, maybe you should take notes. Take notes. Yeah, when we're studying something and we're writing down all of the important information, take notes is the collocation we use to explain that idea. And one more. Just one more, my friends. How do we get from one place to another? We take a vehicle. Now, we don't say vehicle. We rarely say the word vehicle. Instead, we'd use the exact type of vehicle. Take a car, take a bus, take a train, take a plane. I don't care how you guys come visit me in San Diego. Take a boat, take a bike, take a skateboard. I don't care. Just come to San Diego. Visit me. We'll eat tacos. We'll go to the beach. It'll be a great time. Take a vehicle. Collocations are very important. If you want to sound like a native speaker, learn collocations. There's lots of ways to say almost every idea, but collocations represent the way that most speakers would express these ideas and the way most native listeners would expect to hear these ideas. Let's see, Nemo's telling me something. Dear Chris. Oh, he starts so polite. Dear Chris, the day I will watch Star Wars, there must have happened something extraordinary. Yes! The day Nemo watches Star Wars, something extraordinary must have happened. He had a stroke of good luck. He had an idea pop off in his head. He decided he finally wanted to see a good movie. That would be extraordinary. Truly extraordinary. All right, my friends. We're just about out of time. But I got another minute or so. Anybody else have anything out there? Do you have a sentence using our word of the day? Misgiving. Something that causes concern, fear, trepidation, or doubt. Do you have a question about the election? Do you have a question about collocations? Do you have a question about English or anything at all? I am here to talk to you. Of course, if you don't have anything now, wait until I post this on Instagram just in a little bit, about 30, 40 minutes. You'll see this posted. Leave a comment then. I want to read your comments. This gets posted on YouTube. Leave a comment there. I want to read your comments. Go to the website, ChrisinEnglish.com. I want to read your comments. Whether you leave a comment or not, I am so glad you joined me today. I'll look forward to joining you tomorrow. Please remember, tomorrow is a very special day. Tomorrow, William will be here, my fellow teacher, fellow traveler. He will be doing his sports report, the William Worldwide Sports Report. I'm excited for it. I hope you are too. Last Friday was our first sports report. It was a great time. I'm sure it's going to be a great time again, so please show up tomorrow. Until then, I want everyone to please remember, you are a great class. My name is Chris, and I love you all. Go away.